Okay, what's going on, everybody? We are here. We're live. I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you can see and hear me clearly, please drop a one in the live chat, and then we can get today's stream started. And as I'm waiting for the ones to come in, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button because that's the most important thing you can do for me on this channel. What it does, that it helps to make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get their notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm as well. Secondly, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you've been ghost watching this channel for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And lastly, please make sure you share this video out on your social media platforms to your family and friends to inform them on this news and information. And yes, that does help to give me a slight boost in the YouTube algorithm as well. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news live edition. Today, right? Or I should say next, if you're coming off of the last today's news live edition, I want to take a moment to discuss the new data that has come out through CNN, in which they reported that Kamala Harris is indeed in the danger zone. She is indeed in the danger zone as far as polling is concerned. And as it pertains to her chances of winning, honestly, she is more likely to lose than win. I think we all knew this and understand this to be true already, but it's another thing when CNN has such a grim moment in which they're breaking the news to Kamala herself. At this point in the game, Kamala Harris is running a campaign essentially on a wish and a prayer. She's running this campaign on a wish and a prayer because the reality is that realistically, there is no hope. I want to get into this first portion of the video here and unpack it a little bit once they make their statement concerning how Kamala Harris is faring in the battleground states post ABC debate, which was a 3-on-1 debate, three people, Kamala Harris and the ABC moderators versus Donald Trump. How is she faring now? Let's see. Let's find out.
Making me very nervous. All right, Harry, talk to us about what the states look like, the battleground states.
Yeah, so look, this is about the Electoral College, right? So let's take a look at the average margin. Nationally, Harris is ahead in the average poll by 2.5 points. But look in those 7 key battleground states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Harris is only ahead by 0.3 points, John. So the bottom line is, in those 7 key battleground states, it's a significantly tighter race than it is nationally, John.
So Al Gore and Hillary Clinton are calling right now, Harry, asking what the chances are that Harris could win the popular vote but lose in the Electoral College.
Okay, so
before he answers that, I just want to take a quick moment to go back to this. And I'm going to make it full screen, right? Let's take a look at this for a moment. She's only up in the battleground states by 0.3 points. 0.3 points. Ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris doesn't stand a chance. She literally doesn't stand a chance. Post debate, with it being a team up of 3-on-1, and even with the DNC and Kamala getting exactly what they wanted as it pertained to a scathing soundbite, right? They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. They got the soundbite that they were looking for to run on Hyperloop and push it forward to say this is why Donald Trump lost because he's a madman and so on and so forth. The DNC supporters doing victory laps on social media saying that Donald Trump got crushed by Kamala Harris. None of it worked. It all failed and it blew up in their faces. And the reason that I believe, right, the reason that there hasn't been any positive change in polling for Kamala, she's actually sliding back. She's falling backwards, is because I believe that the American people actually see through the foolishness. As it pertains to the debate, that was Kamala Harris's time to shine. Everyone knows Trump. We've lived through a Trump presidency already. We all know and can attest to the fact that life under Trump was significantly better and, more importantly, more affordable under Trump than it was under Biden and Harris. So this was Harris's time to really sell herself, and she didn't. She didn't sell herself at all in the debate. Instead, what happened is that it turned into a 3-on-1 bully fest in which you had the DNC attempting to bully Trump. Kamala needed to win that debate outright to convince the people in the battleground states and undecideds that she is the one that everyone should be voted for. And she failed miserably at it. Failed miserably, even with all of the help from ABC. That's why you see the polling the way it is. And she's sliding and falling back. 0.3 points in 7 key battleground states. Nationally, she's only up plus 2.5. It's over with, ladies and gentlemen. It's over before it even started. But let's carry on, and let's let I forget his name, but let's let the CNN reporter carry on discussing just how poorly she's doing in polling.
Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Harris is only ahead by 0.3 points, John. So the bottom line is, in those 7 key battleground states, it's a significantly tighter race than it is nationally, John.
So Al Gore and Hillary Clinton are calling right now, Harry, asking what the chances are that Harris could win the popular vote but lose in the Electoral College.
Okay, so basically, you note that 2.5 point lead nationally here, right? Okay, Harris's chances, if she wins the popular vote by 2 to 3 points, the chance she wins the Electoral College is only 53%.
That's where she is right now. That's where she is right now. At the moment, she's at a 53% chance of winning. At the moment. But wait, there's more.
The bottom line is, once you have to get all the way north to about 3 to 4 points for Harris to have a clear chance, the clear majority chance of winning the Electoral College. If she only wins by less than 2, look at that. Only a 23% chance of winning. Right now, Harris is right now in that danger zone where basically about half the time, given that popular vote margin nationally, she would win. And so here's the situation. Chance Harris wins the popular vote at this point is about 70%, but the chance she wins the Electoral College is only about 50%. So the bottom line is, at this hour, John, there's about a 20% chance that Kamala Harris wins the popular vote, but actually loses in the Electoral College. So we could be heading towards one of these splits that we saw in 2016 and in 2000, whereby one candidate, Kamala Harris, wins in the popular vote, but loses in the Electoral College. Basically, at this hour, we're right in that sort of weird middle zone where we honestly don't know what's going to happen based upon the popular vote. And that is why those national polls that show Kamala Harris ahead, at this point, really don't matter that much.
Even CNN had to give it up. At this point, all the polling that MSNBC and so many other Democrats love to carry and champion as being Kamala Harris on her way to a victory. Look, she's up 2.5 points. She's up 2.5 points. Even on CNN, they're telling you. Doesn't mean anything. It literally means nothing. Because as it pertains to the Electoral College, she's at a 50% chance of winning. And if Donald Trump performs the way he always performs every election, in which he outperforms the polls, which he does consistently every election, it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a bloodbath. Trust me, guys, it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be bad. And it's probably going to be one of the most embarrassing and humiliating defeats that we've seen in election history in this country, if we're being completely honest at this point. She doesn't stand a chance. Biden was up, I believe, 9 points, right? 9 points ahead of Trump, and Biden barely won. Hillary Clinton was up 5 points, if I remember correctly, on Donald Trump, and she just lost. being up only 2.5 points against Donald Trump. Bloodbath. Bloodbath, guys. Trust me, it's going to be a bloodbath, okay? It's going to be a bloodbath. And with all that being said, man, that does it for today's news. But it is very good to see, and it makes me very happy to see that the antics are not working. The antics are not working. The 3-on-1 debating isn't working. These softball interviews from CNN aren't working. Softball interviews with the local news outlet on ABC, some local ABC news outlet isn't working. Softball interviews with what we just talked about, the National Association of Black Journalists, none of that stuff is working. People are seeing right through Kamala Harris for what she is, which is a fraud, which is what Tulsi Gabbard described as essentially a paid actor who struggles desperately to memorize her lines and fails miserably at memorizing those lines whenever the moment truly counts. And I'm very happy to see that. Thank you all for joining me today. And let me give my thank yous. Shout out to my man Saul for feeding my family the way he always does via Super Chat. Saul said, I have told a few people that I'm voting for Trump, but 2 people have told me to do your research on him, just like TD said they would. Yeah, man. You say you're voting for Trump, you better do your research on him. Well, that's exactly why Saul and I are voting for Trump, because we have done our research on him, and I'm sure you all have as well. Anyways, thank you all for your time. Until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.